What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm talking about Android N on my Nexus 6P. I'm going to give you my experience with it. I've used it for a whole week, so I'm going to let you know about the bugs and about what's working and what's not working. So right off the top, I'm going to talk about the Nexus 6P as far as battery life on Marshmallow versus battery life on Android N. I can't really give you any thoughts on that because I got my device and I don't think I lasted 3 or 4 days before I updated to Android N. So as far as battery life, I couldn't really tell you which one was better because I didn't really experience it too long on the Nexus 6P as far as Marshmallow versus Android N. But so far, Android N is holding its own. The battery life is real good. I used it for a full week. I updated Sunday and I used it all week. I was kind of worried at first, thinking about the bugs, how they say, it's not a daily driver material update yet. But so far, I've been using it as my daily driver, and there's not huge bugs. Mostly the bugs that I've encountered are mostly app bugs that just need to be updated to Android N. Other than that, there's no real system bugs. Camera works, Wi-Fi works, calling works, Wi-Fi calling works. Everything seems to be working fine. You're not going to see any big bugs in this preview. That's why they released it so quick. It's almost ready to go. So the bugs that you're going to experience are just like I mentioned, app related. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what they are, and then we'll go check them out. YouTube, if you use the YouTube app itself, you're going to notice that on Android and the links, like you say you watch somebody's video on the bottom where they got the links, so you go here, buy it here, whatever. The links are not working on the YouTube app, but they are working if you go through Chrome. If you use a browser on YouTube and you click the links, they're working just fine. So that's just a fix you can, well, not a fix, but a remedy. Instead of using the app for now, you can use the Chrome browser. And the second one would be a pop-up every time you open Instagram. If you're heavy in Instagram game like me, then every time you open up Instagram for the first time, you're going to see a little pop-up, something about system, blah, 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 blah. But the app works fine. Another thing is when you're in the multi-window feature that's in Android N, and you're watching a YouTube video and you're on the bottom trying to scroll on the second window, every time you try to scroll, the YouTube video will actually turn black. It'll black out. You hear it'll keep going, but it'll just like black out. I'll show you that also. Other than that, there's really no serious bugs. I'll show you the version that I'm actually on. As soon as I updated this, I say about the next day or so, I got another update. So I'm going to show you which update I'm actually on before we proceed. So I'm on build number NPC 56W. I was on 56P. So if you're on 56P, you may experience different bugs and you just need to update. But other than that, on this one, I'll go ahead and show you. I'll open up Google Plus. Another bug that I just realized is when you're using landscape mode and for some reason it just happened, and you're on Google Plus and you like switch to landscape mode and then you try to switch back to portrait. The Google, I'll see if I could do that now. Okay, it's working now. I just restarted it up, but there's a little bug that if you're in Google Plus, I mean, and you're checking it out in landscape mode, and then you happen to switch it back to portrait mode, for some reason it gets all squeezed up to one side of the screen, and it doesn't, you can't switch it back. So I had to restart my phone, and it's working fine now. Little bugs like that you're going to encounter. As far as the messaging app, I did encounter a little bug where I couldn't send multimedia messages to a person that already had existing multimedia messages on that conversation. So when I try to send a new, MMS message, it wouldn't go through. The app would say I needed to restart. So what I did was I went back to that person and I deleted that whole conversation and started a new conversation. And then I was able to send my multimedia message with no problem. So let's go ahead. Let me show you what I was going to show you. You go into the YouTube app, you see that pop up right there. It pops up every time, and then it'll go away. I mean, not the YouTube. This is Instagram, and then it'll go away, and then you'll be able to still use Instagram. You know, like you normally do. So you just get that pop up at first, and then it'll go away, and it'll work fine. And let me see. Pandora didn't want to work at first, and then all of a sudden it started working. So I don't know if it was that those apps updated while I was using my Nexus 6P through the week, because they automatically update. So maybe they did update and they fixed those issues, but Pandora wasn't working at first on the first build of Android and the preview build that I first got, which was the 56P. Pandora had an issue with that, and but now it's working fine with the second update. So maybe if you're experiencing that issue, all you have to do is update. So let me go ahead and show you video on YouTube because this is where I'm mostly at on YouTube, and I'll show you. I'll play it, and then I'll show you what it does when. So the video is playing, then you hold down, and then you're in the multi window, so you're able to size it up and do all that good stuff. So you'll see the video come back in a minute. See, the video comes back, and then when you try to scroll, let's say you're down here and try to scroll, it'll black out. I don't know if you guys can see that because of the light. So tap it, the video comes back, and then when you're trying to scroll down here to check out what's going on, it'll turn black. So that's another bug. Stuff like that you're gonna encounter. It's not a serious bug to me. It's just a little bug. And also the links. So now we're in the YouTube app, and the links don't work. So they'll highlight and everything, but they won't. See, they highlight, but they just won't work. So that's another thing. But like I said, they work in the Chrome browser. So if you go to YouTube through the Chrome browser, you'll be able to get to those links. So overall, those are just a few bugs that I've encountered. Battery seems to be legit. Performance seems to be legit. I did a little bit of gaming on it, and I have a couple of videos on here which I want to update or upload to YouTube, just so that you can see that the video on here is working pretty good. I got one. I'll play this one real quick. So the videos on here are legit. There's no there's no issues with videos on here playing games or nothing like that. Android N is working perfectly fine when it comes to gaming, in my opinion, in my experience also. I'm gonna wipe out and then I'm gonna pause. So this is me playing. This game is called Traffic Rider. Pretty good game. Boom, wiped out. So it's a pretty good game, and yeah, that's about it. That's all I have for you guys right now. As far as any bugs that I've encountered in Android N. But other than that, stay tuned for some more coverage. I'll try to come back if I find any more bugs. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.